Hello, Jamie.
Recorded. Hi. I ran out of British panel shows recently, so I'm glad I found something new. I binged, I think, 7 of them since yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I very much like this show. But can you start talking first about why you decided to kind of make its own streaming network as opposed to trying to find, a place to host it for either?
Well, I can probably answer this because I've been told the answer to this recently.
Okay.
And the answer is we tried to get people to watch it in America a couple of times in a couple of different ways. One, we tried to make it there without Greg, and that didn't work because for various reasons. One of them being it wasn't Greg. And then we tried to, I think...
No comment.
Yeah. And then there's a channel who bought a couple of series. Well, I can't remember what the channel was called. Do you remember, Greg?
No.
No.
It was the CW.
CW. The CW bought a couple of series and they showed one episode and took it off air. So what we decided instead was to put it in our own place where we have full control of it and everything's going to be in one place, no adverts and all the ones from around the world. So it's all there. And it just means that we're in control of it and they will still go up on YouTube for free. But it just seems like this way we don't have to bother with any other middleman. I think that's the answer.
Okay.
That's the answer. And the thing is that we're fairly sure that there's people over there who want to watch it, Jamie, because during lockdown, Alex put together tasks that we just thought would be good for people who were, isolated over here. Mm-hmm. And I would judge the tasks every week. And it wasn't long before we started to realize there was an international group of people taking part in this online version of Taskmaster. So it's sort of, we were a bit buoyed by that, really, in that we were getting videos sent of people doing silly tasks from all over the world. And lots, I think I'm right, Alex, from the States, right?
Yeah, the majority. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, continuing kind of on what he was saying, is that what do you think it is that about, I don't know, British humor that the American audience likes? Because they don't seem to work so well. Once they Americanize them, it seems to sort of, I don't know, lose something in translation.
It's a good question. I guess I don't
know. I mean, there's lots of famous failures but there's quite a few famous successes now as well. Aren't there, of English shows coming over? And I don't know, I've never really bought into that idea that there's a huge gulf in our senses of humor, to be honest. There's a lot of American originated comedy shows that I absolutely love. I mean, I'll just state the obvious and say things like Seinfeld. I've watched. I mean, when I first discovered Seinfeld, I didn't leave my house for about 3 weeks. It was quite dangerous. But I don't think there's necessarily a huge gulf in our senses of humor. I just think that sometimes you try and recreate something and something gets lost. It's one of the ingredients. I don't know, something gets lost in the ether.
Yeah.
I also think people in America like watching English shows because they're very different to American shows. You don't have panel shows really there. In the same way as we like glancing back at Saturday Night Live because we don't have shows like that here. So I think it's sometimes just seeing.
I think that's a really good point. Yeah,
I hadn't even thought about that. So we're going to be getting obviously season 9 coming here to the app. Is there a reason why you decided to kind of pull it out slowly, the seasons, and will we eventually, I assume, get you're on 13, right?
Yeah, I think it's a long game. It's a bit of a patience thing. So eventually they'll all sync up, and when they go out here, they'll go out there at the same time. But I think the thought was if you put everything up there in one go, then people will just sign up, download it all, and sign out again. So I think it's a strategy, really. But it means you can.
It is also if you're anything like me, if you get a big bowl of sweeties, you just eat them all at once.
Well, like I said, I watched 7 since yesterday, so I can't say that's not true.
That's what happened. That's what happened with me when I realized that all of Seinfeld was available to me. I became a recluse. I became dangerously reclusive. So I think this strategy will be good for people.
Yeah, that's a good way. We're rationing the sweets.
Yeah, it sounded like maybe there's going to be some other things added to it, like special clips and things. Can you talk a bit about maybe that? What's going to be?
Yeah, we have a lot of extras that we've never put out, and we also have a lot of versions in different countries. So the Croatian version or the New Zealand version, so they'll all be there as well. But again, they will be drip fed through. But I think that's starting the next couple of weeks. So
Okay.
yeah,
in any 2 or 3 hour record, 85% of what I say gets removed because I've said bad words. So
very bad words.
I hope there'll be uploading of really terrible language. huge swathes of bad language. I mean, that's a reason to sign up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically a bin. It's a bin where we put all of that stuff in.
I was just going to ask if you ever thought of maybe doing a special to show sort of what I guess, I don't want to say correct answers, but a lot of them have, smart ways. And a lot of times they don't figure them out and we never see that. I'm kind of curious what sort of those answers are. Yeah,
we have thought about that. Initially, we thought there could be a scientist on hand to say this is the way they should have done it, but it seemed to take the joy out of it slightly. So, yeah, I think there's no right or wrong answers really, but I think just occasionally we have said this is the way you should have done it.
I think there would be a danger of Alex looking very smug in those sections as well.
Yeah.
And if you've watched the show, you'll know I like to keep that in check.
All right. Well, they told me 3 minutes, I think more than 3 minutes ago. So sorry about that. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I really do like it. I'm going to go watch the rest of them. So thank you.
It's really nice speaking to you, Jamie.
Nice talking to you too. Have a good day.
Okay.